The following is a disclaimer for American Liberty Radio Network. What I say on American Liberty Radio Podcast and The Truth Experience and The Wayne S. Pierce Show do not reflect the views and opinions of those that are not connected to or associated with me personally or my shows. Thank you. Hey folks, how you doing? This is Wayne S. Pierce for American Liberty Radio Network, AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. Let's adjust some sounds here, folks. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. What a day. Hey, I just want to mention in this short 30-minute podcast that I have here, well, it might be longer. I don't know. Let's find out, shall we? I just want to mention that YouTube sucks. You've probably seen my video, my live broadcast on Facebook about that. YouTube sucks. You have to have 10,000 views or more for YouTube, Google to monetize it. Oh, yeah. That's honestly, that's ridiculous. That's just totally ridiculous. And they're saying, well, you know, here, let me go there, and I will tell you exactly what they mean when they say you have to have 10,000 views or more. Let me go to my channel, and it says monetization, and it says right here, let me click on this. I'll put this on American Liberty Radio Podcast as well. Your partner program overview, okay, I've got that. So, but here's this. You can apply for monetization at any time. To be approved, all channels need at least 10,000 views. This requirement allows us to properly evaluate new channels and help protect creator content. Yeah. Yeah. There's more to it than that, and people know it, and people understand it, and the people that don't get 10,000 views are screwed because, you know, that's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. That's, you know, it boils down to this. Censorship. I'm not kidding you. Censorship. Okay? Period. End of sentence. That's, you know, done. Now, of course, people will say, well, you have AdSense. Okay? You have AdSense, which is another way of generating income on YouTube. Now, AdSense enables you to earn money by placing targeted text and image ads with your videos. Google automatically chooses which ads to show based on your video content, and you can earn money when visitors view or click on the ads. Yeah. But that doesn't make a whole lot. That does not make a whole lot. So there's also branding, adding a watermark to your video. There's, you know, other things that you can do, you know, to generate an income. But the thing is that even if you got less than 10,000 views, here's what happens. The ads roll in, or the ads roll on your channel in the beginning and at the end, maybe, you know, somewhere in between if you have a 30-minute video. And you make money if people click or view those ads. If you have less than 10,000 views, you're not making any money because even though those ads may run, You're not making any money. Now, how do you remedy the situation? There's other ways out there. You can get PayPal, put it on your YouTube channel. You can get, Patreon, put it on your, and all that. You can generate something from there. But again, I said it on the live video that I did earlier. It's like you go to your employer. You talk to your employer, and your employer looks at you and says, we're running into some, situations here, and we have to do something, and we've decided to do this. You have to now work 300 hours before we can pay you. Oh, and by the way, you're not working every day, and you're not working at 8 hours a day. What's the first thing you're going to be doing? You're going to be looking for another job, another source of income. So as far as I'm concerned, YouTube sucks. And now it's just, pretty much, you can put your videos of your vacation at the lake up there and whatever else, but don't expect any money to come from it. You might as well just not even have your programs on YouTube anymore. Unless you make 10,000 views or more, don't even consider YouTube anymore. The problem is that Patreon is connected with YouTube, but patreon.com/American Liberty Radio is connected to YouTube because now you can do live broadcast straight from Patreon. It says live stream beta. Now, you can continue to YouTube. You can learn more. I mean, I'm there on my site, on patreon.com/American Liberty Radio. Live stream with YouTube on Patreon. And why would you want to do that? Now, you can contribute to American Liberty Radio Network on Patreon, $2 a month. But now that's an additional avenue of revenue. Okay? So now that YouTube, I don't get 10,000 views on YouTube. I'm telling you straight up. I don't get near that at all. I don't even get, whatever. But I don't. Now, the situation I have is this. I have a problem with people who say that YouTube is a private company. Google owns YouTube. It's a private company. They can do whatever they want. Okay, fine. Okay, I'll give you a high five on that one. I understand that. But go back to the scenario of your company is not going to pay you until you work 300 hours. And you're not working every day, and you're not working 8 hours a day, and you probably aren't working for weeks, maybe, sometimes. But they're not going to pay you until you make 300 hours. So, what? You have to find another avenue of revenue for your YouTube channel. Now, I'm not going to get rid of my YouTube channel because people know it, and I can post links to my podcast and, whatever, but I'm not going to get rid of it because it's another avenue to get the information out. Whether or not I get paid from, I don't really care anymore about YouTube because I don't have 10,000 views. So I'm just going to put it up there. It doesn't matter. But for those people that don't like YouTube, now that they've changed all their policies, Great, fantastic, leave, whatever you want to do. But here's my point. There's always another way to generate revenue for what you do. I'm trying to remember some of the techniques and things I've learned out of my marketing classes, but I don't have them with me right now. But think about Patreon.com. Think about PayPal. Think about whatever else, and find ways to generate an income. Because now that YouTube has limited everybody to, you got to have 10,000 views before we monetize you. Well, that right there just takes out maybe a quarter, 25% of all YouTube creators that have been generating revenue before, but now they can't. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. My whole point is this. If you're looking to generate a revenue from YouTube or from social media, there's ways to do it. There's ways to do it. And it literally means that you're just going to have to add a few more ways of generating income for your product. Which to me is not that bad. You can go to patreon.com/American Liberty Radio and contribute $2 a month for American Liberty Radio Network. $2, well, $2. You got $2? You got some change? You got, $2. You can generate, anything if you are a Patreon contributor or a, content provider there on Patreon. You know what I'm saying. So I'm inviting everyone to go to my Patreon page, American Liberty Radio, patreon.com/American Liberty Radio, and contribute. Because YouTube sucks. Okay. More about that later. More about that in a different podcast. I've been busy these last several weeks. I've had to pack up my whole recording studio, everything, computer, the whole 9 yards, and go elsewhere and do some recording. And I had to do that 3 or 4 times. I got to do it again tomorrow. Hopefully I won't have to do it for a couple of weeks, but after tomorrow. But who knows? Things might change. So it's incredible. I've been having a busy week. I do a podcast in the morning like this, and then I have to, shut everything down, pack it all up, and go elsewhere. And it's it's fun. I love it. It's great. It's a lot of work. I wish I had a roadie, but I'm good, and I'm not complaining. As you can tell, I'm smiling. And it's really cool. I mean, because, just getting stuff done, and I'm doing it for my other side venture, New West Radio Productions. And so New West Radio Productions is a place where you can, I'm putting together original online old-time radio style productions. And I also have on my website older, shows from years past, old-time radio shows from years past. And you can go to newwestradiotheater.weebly.com and listen to those shows. And you can also contribute there as well, if you want to. But that's what I do. I pack up my studio and I go elsewhere and I record and I do. It's fun. It really is a lot of work, but it's fun and I love doing it. It's great. And I love bringing you the information that I have. And I really enjoy, doing what I do. My dad taught me once, find something you love to do and find a way to make an income from it. And I'm like, well, okay. And so here it is. And this is what I do. This is my quote unquote day job, if you will, trying to generate revenue. But everybody has a product. Everybody has a reason to do the things they do. Everybody loves what they do, if they do, and not everybody loves going to work and busting their butt, not making enough money. But there you go. Back to where I was talking about before. There's other avenues of revenue that you can generate somewhere, and you can make it happen. I know people that work, 10, 12-hour days and do podcasts and do big productions online and all this, and and they generate revenue from that. And it's like, yeah, they do it because they love to do it. But they also have a day job. Me, I don't. This is my day job, if you will. And so this is how I, want to generate a revenue and pay for the lights in the studio and all that. So at $2 a month on Patreon, you can help me out. So, and help out New West Radio Productions and help out American Liberty Radio Network. And those are the two entities under New West Radio Productions. So you can help out if you want. If you're so inclined to do so, you can do so. Go to patreon.com/American Liberty Radio and contribute through there. And I'll, if you want, if you give me your permission, I can tell people and tell my listeners who contributed, or I can put your name on on the website at AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com as producers, quote unquote. And of course on Patreon. So it's all up to you. It's all up to you. I mean, everybody has a way of doing things. Everybody has a different way of looking at things. Everybody has various perspectives, and they see things differently than most people, and that's fine. You get 10 people in a room, you introduce a subject, you're going to have 10 different opinions and 10 different perspectives and 10 different perceptions of that one issue and that one subject. So yeah, everybody has a different, way of looking at things, and that's fine, only because that no one is completely wrong and no one is completely right. You got two people in a room and somebody's right and somebody's wrong. That's all there is to it. Well, we can agree to disagree. No, you are going to have to disagree because you're wrong. So there's all that to contend with. 10 people in a room, one subject, 10 different perspectives. You're going to have somebody that's going to argue the point, okay, is what I'm saying. But anyway, let's move on to something else, shall we? I'm recording this in Audacity right now. I'm not using the Spreaker desktop app for Spreaker. I'm recording this on Audacity because it gives me a little bit more flexibility to add things like breaks, which is coming up in about a minute. So anyway, it gives me that, that leeway to work with. And, I have a little more freedom to do what I need to do when I record this without using the desktop Spreaker app for, recording a podcast. So, but speaking of which, I will be live this week. Stay tuned and I'll tell you more about that coming up. So this is American Liberty Radio Network, AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com, or you can email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. Talk to you in a bit. Be right back after this.
Greetings, this is John LeBang of The John LeBang Show, and you're listening to the American Liberty Radio Network.
Late Night in the Midlands is an alternative media that covers the truth, theory, and fact that the lamestream media won't talk about. We cover everything from the known and the unknown, the normal and the paranormal, the government lies and the government ties, and even their thrive. We tell what's coming, what's going, whether it be politics or archaeologists. We have an amazing fan base, and our shows are all archived to be heard millions of times more. So tell your friends, your family, and anybody you care about LateNightInTheMidlands.com. Become a member and be informed.
Growing up terrestrial radio, the future is here. Destroying the liberal media one truth bomb at a time. Independent media is shattering the liberal national security media into a million pieces. Their views of the world are based on the script the government gives them. Independent media seeks out and finds the truth and reports on what is truly going on behind the scenes. Support the truth and facts. Support independent media. Hey folks, welcome back. This is the 25th of September 2017. I am your host, Wayne S. Pierce, and you can go to the website at AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. Yeah, AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. You can go to the sponsors page, and if you want to advertise on the network, all the information is right there. Plus, if you don't want to advertise on the network, you can contribute by becoming a patron. There it is right there at the bottom of the page. Go check it out. You can also contribute through PayPal. That's cool too. So anyway, consider supporting independent media. Consider supporting American Liberty Radio Network. AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. There we go. A little shameless self-promotion there. There you go. I hope you do contribute because it's the truth, it's the facts, and it ain't no BS. I'm telling you that right now. A lot of stuff going on with the NFL. Just stop watching football because, obviously even though the president and, all that of the NFL is saying, if you don't, come out and stand and, stand for the anthem and all of that, then you can find another job. And I totally agree with that. Absolutely, totally agree with that. Because, to me, I am not a sports fanatic. I like sports. I like baseball, football. I like those. That's fine. I'll stick with my San Francisco 49ers. I'm good. I'll stick with my San Francisco Giants. I'm good. But Paul Joseph Watson, the 25th of September 2017 from Infowars.com, says Americans nationwide burn NFL tickets, shirts in solidarity with Trump. Quote, "We stand with this country," unquote. Americans across the country are burning shirts and tickets in protest against the NFL players disrespecting the national anthem and the U.S. flag. One video shows season ticket holder Brendan Finn, who has been attending New York Giants games since the early 80s, burning his tickets. Quote, "I can't go anymore," unquote, says Finn before apologizing to, quote, "all of the respectful NFL players who still respect the flag in our country," unquote. Quote, "I can't pay and I can't watch this happen," unquote, he adds before explaining how he is wearing a shirt that belonged to a cop he worked with who was shot dead during a robbery. Quote, "There are thousands of cops just like him who gave their lives for this country, and these people sit down and protest against cops? I'm burning my tickets," unquote, says Finn. And Finn goes on to say, as he's burning his tickets, quote, "The end of an era. I am sad to see it happen, but I'm sad to see what happened to America even more," unquote. Another video shows a Steelers fan who appears to be a veteran burning his Steelers shirt while waving an American flag and playing the national anthem. I'm going to put this on American Liberty Radio podcast on Facebook. Now, that's Paul Joseph Watson, Infowars.com, 25th of September, 2017. So I'm going to put that on the American Liberty Radio podcast. You can go check it out. It's on Facebook. I'm going to say this. I have not watched football games or baseball games on TV for years. I just haven't. Not enough time. Just whatever. Whatever. I'm... And I'll tell you what. My dad played baseball. My brother played baseball. They both played softball. We, are big fans of the sport, and that's fine. And I totally have a great deal of respect for those sports personnel who, stand for the, flag and anthem and all of that. I respect them. I totally and absolutely respect them for that. If they want to sit in their room, in their locker room, during the national anthem, I would just say, go home. Go home. The owner of the team and the general manager of the team should walk in to that locker room while they're all sitting there and say 3 words. You are fired. Bye. We'll just put out the word that we need a whole new team. You're all fired. If you got 5 minutes, get out to the field now. If you don't, you can go home. It's just the way it is. How would you feel if you walked in, or what would happen to you if you walked into your place of employment and you decided, you know what, I'm not getting paid enough money, and I don't like the political philosophies of this business. You know what, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit right here and do nothing. I'm going to go in the break room and do nothing. I'm just going to sit here all day. They're paying me. I clocked in, but I don't like their pay and I don't like their political philosophies so I'm just going to sit in the break room all day and I'm not going to do anything. And if they ask me why, I'm going to say I'm protesting. I'm protesting the fact that you believe politically the way you do and that you're not paying me enough money to do the job I'm doing. What would happen to you at that very second? Yeah, the boss would say, okay, you don't want to work, you're fired, go home. I mean, that's just the way it is. Chances are, more than likely, he'll give you a warning. He'll write you up for a couple of times. But no, you're gone. Okay? I mean, it's just the way it is. And you don't do this to America. And here's the other thing. I don't give... the First Amendment is a very, very important amendment. The First Amendment, freedom of speech, press, religion, worship, whatever it is. It's very important to the backbone of America. It is very important to the growth of America. It is very important for the narrative of peace, freedom, liberty, and security for the United States of America. It's a very good amendment. But people use it as a license to create chaos and to destroy things. Okay? And I chuckle because that's the stupidest thing that people can do. For instance, March Against White Supremacy at Berkeley, California. Violence in Berkeley started by intolerant leftists. Millie Weaver of Infowars.com reports from Berkeley, California to cover the latest developments on a march against quote-unquote white supremacy and find out why demonstrators are so afraid of diversity of opinion on college campuses. There's a live video right now. It's still going on, right? Live video right now. So let me put that up and just that video and you can see it for yourself. Okay? It's live right now. This second, I'm going to put it up on American Liberty Radio podcast for you folks to check out. And I'm also going to share it on the front page, the main feed, on my personal page at WayneSPierce.com. Live, it's live right now.
And you guys are looking like a brainwashed cult while you're doing it. Really and truly, just because I have this moniker here, this is what all this crazy madness is about. Really and truly, right? It's about InfoWars. And your guys' preconceived notions about InfoWars. And you guys are terrible.
Yeah. That's just a part of it, if you heard that. If not, there's a live video right now at American Liberty Radio Podcast. Go check it out. The thing that you have to understand, or if you don't, you need to look into it to find some understanding, is the fact that the First Amendment is there to protect negative speech. What about positive speech? Yeah, if you're positive speech, encouragement, this and that and everything, and you're great and wonderful and you can have a great future, yeah, that's all protected as well. But these a-holes out in Berkeley protesting quote-unquote white supremacy with a female reporter there from InfoWars, Millie Weaver, they look at her as being inferior. They look at her as being an agent provocateur from the government. They have, as she said, preconceived ideas of what it's all about. And guess what? Every single one of those people out at Berkeley protesting right now in front of the whole world, in front of Millie Weaver, are the stupidest people on the face of this planet. Consider the environment. Berkeley, California. Every single college, every single entity within the Berkeley Center is far left liberal, period. So I don't want to hear it anymore. You guys out there are the stupidest people walking the face of the planet. Okay? Dumb. Absolutely dumb. I've gone over 30 minutes. That's okay. I'll cut it off here and I'll leave you guys here in a few minutes. But the fact of the matter is this. The Patriots, not the football team, the Patriots of America, the law enforcement of America, the people that want peace, freedom, liberty, and security for the United States, the people that don't want other people coming to this country dictating to us that they're offended and we have to change for them. All of these people that fight, that defend, that have a purpose in life, that want America to be free, that want the peace, freedom, liberty, and security to be in America. These people I stand behind, period, end of sentence, done. Everybody else who doesn't want this country to be great again, other than shoving your head in the sand, you guys can pack up your crap and go to another country. Oh, I'm sure Russia or China would love your citizenship. Bye. No, I make no bones about it. Make no bones about it. This is the way it is. And if you don't like it, doesn't matter. Because on the opposite side of that scale, you have people who want America to be great again. You want people here and have people here that want peace, freedom, liberty, and security in this nation. You want America to grow again to the greatest nation in the world. But then you have the elites, the George Soros types, the Rockefeller types, all those people that control Washington, D.C. through their lobbyists and special interest groups. They're the ones that want to destroy the United States of America to do one thing and one thing only: enslave people. And they're doing a damn fine job at it too, folks. You got your cell phone, you got all this, you got everything. You're connected to them. Because they're the ones that developed HARP. They're the ones that developed the internet in the mid to late 60s with MIT and colleges and other people like that connected to and bought and paid for by the military-industrial complex. Don't tell me it didn't happen. That's the way it happened. Follow the money, connect the dots. Now, am I wrong? Am I right? Well, like I said, nobody's completely wrong and nobody's completely right. So I encourage you to go look this stuff up. I encourage you to go do what you need to do to find out the information on your own for yourself. You don't have to prove anything to me. I don't care. But prove it to yourself. But if you're going to make claims and assert and accuse me of lying or whatever, or being a fearmonger, whatever it is, bring your information to the table of debate and we'll discuss it. Because I'll blow you out of the water every single time. I've got 40 years. That's 40 years of research behind me, and I guarantee you I can take whatever you want and poke holes in every single thing you say. So don't even try. I encourage you to take the information you have to prove to yourself, to clarify for yourself that these things are happening and that your preconceived ideas are completely and totally wrong. Just prove it to yourself. If you want to discuss it, we can. Bring this stuff to the table and we'll talk. I mean, I'm okay with that. That's fine. I'm okay. Geez, you sound like, you're contradicting yourself. No, I'm not. If somebody came to you and accused you of being something you know you weren't, you couldn't prove that to the other person until they had the information to prove to you what they're talking about and where they're standing and what information they have to say that you are what you're not. Basically, you have to sit down and say, well, let me take a look at the information you have about me and I'll clarify a few things for you. 99.9% of the time, they won't even sit down with you and discuss things because they are more relying on their preconceived ideas and their environment to support their preconceived ideas and their delusion. Go look it up. Am I wrong? Probably not. Or maybe I may have overlooked a few things. Who knows? Folks, I'm out of here. I'm going to go away. Yeah, I know it's a short podcast, but I told you I was going to only do 30 minutes, and I went over that. So, hey. It's okay, folks. I'm fine. Got a lot to do today, so after I'm done recording this, I got to break everything down because I got to leave tomorrow to do some more recording. So anyway, yeah, hey, that's what I do. So what do you do? Email me, AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com, AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. Go to the website. If you want to contribute, go to the sponsors page, AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com, AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. If you want, go to patreon.com/AmericanLibertyRadio. Patreon.com/AmericanLibertyRadio. Go check that out. Contribute $2 a month, folks. $2. So that's all. So anyway, talk to you guys later. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. And I shall see you, talk to you tomorrow on American Liberty Radio Network. Right here on Spreaker.com and at AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. American Liberty Radio Network, sharing the truth one fact at a time without all the BS.